Welcome to Caching in the Northwest. You know, this is the podcast from the birthplace of geocaching right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now,
in fact, Chris, if I could pause you for a moment, the birthplace of geocaching, not only right here in the great Pacific Northwest, right here where our guest is coming from tonight.
After an event this weekend, I have to say that's not necessarily true.
The birthplace versus, okay, fair point. But
the headquarters of geocaching. Did I say it was 7 p.m. on a Thursday night? And they call me Chris of the Northwest. And we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the world. So while you're driving a pink Barbie Jeep at 3 kilometers per hour to get a Slurpee, we'll be caching in the Northwest. But before we can get into talking about World Postcard Day with Shania from HQ, we want you listeners to give us your feedback. Use the chat and let us know what you think about World Postcard Day. Post some questions. Let us know what you really want to know about this. And it's time to bring in our postal primate. Some say he watches all his movies in Betamax. And others say his history degree is useless since there's no future in it. All we know is he's called Limax. You know, he's called Land Monkey.
Wow, special guest host tonight who didn't know he was going to be on the podcast. No, that's fair enough. So, been talking to Limax recently, Chris?
Maybe I have.
Too funny. All right. Well, hey, shout out to Limax. Yeah, there you go. And shout out to Shania, who's joining us from Geocaching HQ. Welcome to the podcast tonight.
Thank you. I am very happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna get into all the good stuff about World Postcard Day in just a few moments. But first, we need to throw out the quick reminder that we appreciate the support of you, our patrons, who help to keep this podcast coming each and every week. And of course, that includes our corporate Denali level sponsors. And the first one up is the jumping shark there, or the shark jumping event that I see on Chris's screen.
Don't jump the shark.
Well, too late.
Okay.
Thanks to Land Sharks, it is back to school. Summer's over. Let's go do some geocache maintenance. That's right. Do the maintenance on your geocaches. Get your geocaching supplies today from landsharkz.ca. Up here in Canada, you can order those various geocaching supplies, containers, log sheets, what have you, online and get them shipped very quickly to you.
Via a pink Barbie Jeep?
Perhaps, if one is lucky, it'll be delivered in a pink Barbie Jeep along with a Slurpee. All right. Cachly, speaking of Slurpees, is the premier geocaching app for iOS. Version 8.1 with Cachly Pro features offline maps of the entire world. So you can navigate while offline, work on those DeLorme and county maps, finish off those challenges you're working on. And coming soon, CarPlay support. We haven't said it for a while, but I thought I'd just throw it out there to see if Nick's asleep. Find Cachly in the iOS App Store or go to cachly.com. And lastly, Valemount. Well, you know, last weekend was the big party up in Valemount. I hope it went well. We haven't heard from Marcy, so either it went really well or really bad. I don't know. So
I'm missing not saying the band name.
Right? Well, you know what? Just for fun, Chris, what was the band name?
5 Alarm Funk.
There you go. All right. Well, 5 Alarm Funk was in Valemount last weekend, having fun, running the party up there, having good times. But you know what? Even though the party's over, life is still amazing up in Valemount. So alongside nature's beauty, the vibrant village offers local charm, unique geocaches, warm hospitality, and unique cultural experiences, including that salmon spawning. So whether you're seeking outdoor thrills or a peaceful retreat, Valemount awaits you. Now, folks, if you want to know more about supporting this here podcast, well, head on over and click that Patreon link on the cachingnw.com website.
Wherever that may be, somewhere around here.
Somewhere on the page, I guarantee it.
That's right. Hey, folks, if you want to get in tonight's chat, use the hashtag Postcard to ask your question. There's a new question feature in StreamYard that we're seeing that is brand new. So that might be interesting to see how that's going to work. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the FATAS. Yes, that's the for the after show hashtag you need to use to bring up anything you want to talk about. Like maybe you completed a challenge this weekend. Maybe you hit a milestone this weekend. That's the right time to talk about it.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. Hey, we got a little bit of news.
We do. Some very interesting news.
This is interesting news. This is news from HQ. So I'm going to read it out. But Shania, if you have any thoughts you want to share on the news tonight that came out in very recent emails, by all means, please feel free to interject and add your wisdom and insight. But the first thing up is there's 2 new treasures collections. So if you are one of those geocachers who is digging treasures, well, there's 2 new ones coming out timely promoting GeoCaches. So there's GeoCaches Gnomes and Celebrating GeoCaches. These treasures are inspired by the Geocaching International Film Festival, which will be taking place between November 6th to 16th, 2025. So also, if you haven't started getting your GeoCaches event ready, now's the time. It's a reminder. It's coming up, guys.
Shania, you may be wondering why do we say this word improperly?
Well, why does Jay say this word improperly?
No, I like it as well.
Okay.
There's been a discussion whether, GIFF should be pronounced GIF or GIF. So we say it both ways at the same time to offend everyone equally.
Why not knock them all out of the park?
Right. Exactly.
So that's the good GIF.
Good Jeff.
Good GIF. There you go. Yeah, she's on board. I love it. So in order to collect these new treasures, you so for the GeoCaches Gnomes, you find and log any mystery cache that specifically has to have the available 24/7 attribute. So you got to look for mystery caches that have the 24/7 attribute, and that'll allow you to log those. And then for treasures from the Celebrating GeoCaches collection, any event you attend will allow you to log those or collect those. But our second news story is really important when we're talking about collecting treasures, because there's been a change to the app here. Chris, do you want to take this one?
I would love nothing more. Thank you so much. Geocachers want more control over which treasures they collect when they log geocaches that qualify for multiple collections. We listened. That's HQ listened, and updated treasures to give geocachers this control. Now cachers can choose a collection to work on, guaranteeing they collect the treasures they want. Land Monkey, we've talked about this several times about, you've got to be careful to, go out and find those certain ones, because you could go and find a difficult cache and that somehow applies to a more less sophisticated treasure, algorithm to fit into. So HQ listened to that and they changed it. So with this update to treasures, we are removing most prerequisites for collections, with the exception of the Geocaching Origins collection. Cachers will no longer have to complete specific collections to access others.
That's big. That's actually a pretty huge change. I see, Shania, you're nodding your head. Did you want to comment on that?
Yeah, for sure. I'd be happy to. We've been listening to the community, their feedback. We value it highly. And so over the last few weeks, we've been making some big changes, have a lot of people working really, really hard to give the community what they really like. And so we really hope that this new release is something that they're really happy with.
GSM times 2 is really happy with it. So there you go. Yeah. Mission accomplished.
Exactly. Let's see. On the treasures page, there are spaces for the collections you want to collect. Premium members will have space for 3 active collections, and basic members will have space for 1 active collection. For premium members, the top space has priority, the second place has second priority, and the third place, I'm going to let you guess on this one. Nope, too long.
1.5?
Third place priority. So, just this evening, I went to my treasures page, and sure enough, there are 2 new collections.
Yeah.
But do you know what?
What?
Those 2 new collections are there, but they were not active. You have to go and select them. So even though the
Oh.
treasures have come out and those collections are available, you still do have to activate them and put them, when you click to activate, you have the choice to put them in 1, 2, or 3.
So, okay. Which you can do on the official app and which you can do on the website.
Now, Brightling says, I believe you can collect the treasures without activating them.
Okay. I think we're going to have to do some research here because
Exactly.
that's going to be important to determine. Shania, do you know for one way or the other, or?
You do have to put them in place, and that kind of activates them. But you can also choose to not. Some people do not like treasures, and therefore you can also remove them all, and then none of them get filled out as you find caches.
Okay.
Oh, that is nice.
So it's
Mhm.
become completely an opt-in part of the game now.
Completely. Yep.
I think that's great. So
Mhm.
those who who were excited and enjoy treasures, awesome. There's more control. Those who thought that was the stupidest thing HQ ever did, go away. You don't have to do it anymore. Okay.
You didn't have to do it in the first place.
Yeah. Geez. The game. Get over it.
Exactly.
All right. Good stuff.
So head on over. Let's see. Should I share my treasures page, or are we good enough with this?
You know what? Let's FATAS that.
Okay. I like that.
I don't want to, we got a lot of stuff to talk to Shania about yet. So, all right.
You got it.
All right. So that's our news, plus a little bit of editorial from HQ right there in the middle of our news, which is awesome. Thank you, Shania.
Mhm.
So we will now officially welcome you to the podcast, Shania. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank
We're
you for
excited.
having me.
It's our pleasure for sure. We're excited to have a guest from HQ on the show. And maybe to start with, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you first discover the game of geocaching?
Yeah, so my name is Shania. I'm originally from Germany. I've been in the greater Seattle area since 2006. And I actually first got into geocaching in high school. It was a very age-appropriate activity to do with my friends. Only some of us could drive. So that was a very nostalgic activity for me at the time. And then obviously growing up, going to college, traveling a little bit, and other priorities took over. And I didn't ever really think about geocaching until I got hired as a lackey at HQ. And it was like a completely different experience to be on the other side, which has all been completely a blast. So I'm really happy to be here.
Now, Shania, I have a question. Since you're from Germany, isn't geocaching mandatory in Germany? I hear that the Germans are quite fanatical about their geocaching.
They are diehard about geocaching. Our first marketplace, I would say, is the US, but the Germans are not far behind. And I believe they might be hiding more caches
Okay.
than the US.
Not surprising.
So they're working hard.
Fantastic. Hey, was there a specific moment or a particular geocache that hooked you and made you a more dedicated geocacher?
I wouldn't say it has been any one geocache. I do love a good gadget cache. Those are really fun and engaging. I would say I think it's more the idea of what geocaching is and how it connects people together that I've really found a new love for it. It's universally connecting, and it doesn't really matter where you come from, what language you speak. You could do it anywhere and with anyone, and I really love that part of it.
That is so true. That is so true. I've met so many good friends through geocaching.
Yeah, yeah.
And some other people who maybe you wouldn't call good friends, but you do a podcast with them anyways.
Jim's not here, so we can't talk about him like that.
No, I wasn't talking about Jim.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about the podcast lackey.
So he's not even paying attention. He's falling asleep.
That's right.
Okay.
That's what he gets for not napping.
So Shania, what was it like going from just your average everyday geocacher to become a lackey at HQ? What was your career path like, and what actually do you do there now?
Yeah, so prior to working at HQ, I'd been traveling quite a bit after high school. I was kind of in between college, and then I did do some social media work professionally. And I think that was a really great bridge to getting me into my position now on the community engagement team at HQ. And oh, losing a little bit of light over here.
There you go.
We said, oh, lights
You're
out
the
no
last
more.
person in the office. Clearly, you are the last person in the office.
Yeah, might just be true. Yeah, so now I'm on the community engagement team, and I absolutely love how dynamic my job is. I mean, we do customer service inquiries, we do educational content, souvenir campaigns. We really listen to the feedback of the community, and we communicate that to the back end and all the important people at the company. We do social media and really try to feature our community the best we can. We write blogs. So there are a lot of revolving tasks, but all of which I really love doing.
It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, it's very creatively rewarding, I would say.
That's awesome. It's something else for sure to be able to say that, you love what you do. And I know,
Yeah.
a lot of the lackeys really enjoy the vibe at HQ, and we've all heard the I play where I work mantra, which I don't think is officially the slogan anymore. We talked to Brian about that a while ago, but yeah, I think that's so cool to be able to, say with sincere enthusiasm as you do, how much you enjoy what you're doing day to day. It makes such a huge difference. So good for you.
100%. Yeah, I live with Seattle traffic, about 2 hours away from work. But every time I go into the office, there's not a bad day to have. I mean, everybody loves their job, and I think that shows in the work that we do.
It really does. And the times I've visited there, I really get the impression everybody wants to be there.
Yes.
They're not just, this is my job, I have to do it from 9 to 5, and then I get to go do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that impression at all.
No, a huge sense of inclusivity and belonging.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I have heard it said before, and maybe you haven't, Shania, but dead men post no cards. But today we're here to talk about the upcoming World Postcard Day souvenir promotion. And for those who might not know what World Postcard Day is and why there's why this is even a thing that HQ is highlighting with the souvenir promotion, maybe you can help us understand how this came to be.
Yeah, for sure. So World Postcard Day is celebrated every year on October 1st to mark the anniversary of the very first postcard that was ever sent out of Austria-Hungary at the time in October 1st, 1869. And we have quite a few lackeys here at HQ that really love sending and receiving postcards and send them to pen pals via post crossing. And last year, for the first year, my colleague Nick Chick, she really liked the idea of making that connection between World Postcard Day and geocaching. And so she created a souvenir, and the community was overwhelmingly, the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. And so it was kind of a no-brainer to bring that back this year.
Fantastic. I lost my place. Here we are. My question is, does the act of sending and receiving postcards connect with the core tenets of geocaching? The idea of exploration, community, discovery. Is there a historical or maybe thematic link that HQ sees between these two activities?
Yeah, definitely very on theme, on brand. Our mission is to inspire outdoor adventure, exploration, and community. And so I really believe that there are similar feelings evoked when you get mail and you're really excited about, you might be aware that you're supposed to be receiving something. And also when you find a geocache, there's like this sense of excitement of like, oh, I found it, I got it. And it, I think, is a very connecting activity. They're basically a perfect match in both offer a meaningful way to connect to people through discovery.
Very cool. Yeah. I want to talk some more about that. But before we do, we had an interesting question come in from Keats94 here. So if you don't mind, Shania, if we maybe just divert for just a moment, he'd like to know, what is a typical day? And I know it's a work day is different for everybody, but
Mhm.
for yourself, what does a typical day at HQ look like?
Yeah, so we have a lot of trust and flexibility in the workplace. So everybody, we're like a really great, well-oiled machine, and everybody knows every day what they're going to be working on or what the kind of the goal of their own day is. For the community team, that looks like starting out the day with answering some customer service inquiries. That's definitely really important for us. We really want to make sure that we're aware of any issues with the app or the website. That's huge. As well as also just listening to our community, responding to them in a timely manner. We care about them, and we hope that that really shows. Then we might go into some meetings and look at our socials, kind of brainstorm of what kind of content direction we would like to go in. Each person on the community team, I think there's about 6 of us. We all also have our own kind of projects going on. And so a lot of the time we collaborate, but we also spend a lot of independent time writing copy, updating things. Some people might be working with engineering on a bug that might have been recently occurring. So a lot of independence, but everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing, and we get it done.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to ask another question leading on to this. Approximately how far in the future are you working on promotions? Is it okay, we've got this one going and it's well in hand. Now do we focus on the next, or are you starting to look 2, 3, 4 ahead?
Every person has a couple of projects that they kind of juggle at the time. They kind of are fluid. I would say in a perfect world, we might be thinking up to 2 months before an actual souvenir campaign starts. And then things are kind of ongoing in that process, and we peer review each other's work and make sure that it's really the best thing that we can release to the community. But yeah, I want to say in a perfect world for our souvenir, we look at it at the end of a calendar year and decide everything that we would like to have happen in the next year, and then kind of take those projects a good 6 weeks to 2 months out that we start.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. All right. So yeah, so that's maybe a bit of a behind the scenes glimpse to a degree, but uh, how do you and your team decide which souvenirs to release and how to design them, and not just how to design the souvenir, like the graphics, but design the program of like,
Mhm.
okay, in order to earn the souvenir, you have to do X, Y, Z, and is it done very intentionally to promote specific activities at specific times of year?
So we of course have our core souvenirs like International Geocaching Day, Blue Switch Days. There are certain things that we definitely repeat every year, but other than that, we do have a lot of creative expression that is encouraged by the company. One person might feel particularly passionate about one kind of topic, and somebody else might feel passionate about something else. We had geocaching in your pajamas day that one of our teammates thought of. Another person really liked Pie Day and she made a super cute video for it. And so we express it in meetings what we would like to create, and then we talk through that process, what's possible. It obviously has to be measurable to be able to award souvenirs. So it's going to have to revolve around some kind of a geocache type. But other than that, yeah, as I said before, we kind of review the next year, the end of the current calendar year. So we think quite far in advance.
Okay.
Cool.
Really? Can I make one suggestion? What
Go for it.
I would love to have the word big back in the big blue switch day.
Yeah.
I miss that. Okay.
Okay, I will keep in mind.
Thank you. Okay. Well, we've been talking about sort of the whole process, et cetera, and where this came from, but just as maybe a really good reminder for folks, because there have been a lot of souvenir promotions coming out, and sometimes we
Mhm.
forget because we also A lot of us have day jobs. Unfortunately, we can't get paid to go to geocaching.com. But so for our listeners, what do they need to do to earn the World Postcard Day souvenir this year?
Mhm. All you have to do is attend any event from Sunday, September 28th through Saturday, October 4th, 2025. And we kind of took that Sunday through the Saturday of whatever lands on what October 1st lands on. And this year, that also includes community celebration events and block parties, which we didn't include last year. And this year, we really want to hit a home run with this, and we're including all event types.
So any kind of event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct.
Awesome.
Wow. That's just 10 days from the time we're recording this.
Yeah, it's coming out very soon, but HQ is very excited to see how everybody spends it.
So beyond just earning the souvenir, which is a motivation for a lot of people, what are some of the other things that HQ is encouraging geocachers to truly expand their enjoyment of the day? Are there specific types of caches to look for, or maybe activities to do with the friends and family?
Yeah, so we recently kind of released a fun inspirational blog that I wrote, and that kind of gives some inspiration or suggestions on what you can do. Obviously, we want people to attend events, but maybe this is your first event, and or events aren't really your thing. I remember when I first started at HQ, like the idea of just showing up was a little bit intimidating, but I think with postcard themed activities, that makes that a little bit easier if you're wanting to get into more event cache types. So you could be exchanging postcards from your hometowns with each other, or creating postcards at the event and then making a collage out of it. Or finding a pen pal through post crossing and making postcards at the event and then sending them out. There are so many different ways that you can spend the day.
We've got some great feedback in the chat already, Shania, on that. So yeah, so Seebeck Tribe shares that last year she hosted an event every day of the week.
Nice.
Wet Coaster shares the URL for Post Crossing. So if folks want to check that out and see what that's all about, there you go. Seebeck Tribe then says that she actually came across a fellow cacher who received one of the postcards that her group had sent out to them. I imagine that's through Post Crossing, but I'm not sure. She says really cool to talk to them at an event. So that's cool. And then one more. I love this one from Heather. I attended a postcard event in Beloit, Wisconsin last year. Boy, see, I just de facto it must be Washington.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year, shared postcards from Seattle and won a birdhouse geocache container for coming the farthest. That's so cool.
Nice.
Very nice.
I just saw Heather this weekend. She drives a lot, so she probably just got, caught on like I-90 going east, and before she knew it, she was in Wisconsin.
Hey, the traffic is probably much better there.
Probably, yeah, better than your 2-hour commute. Yes. One more here, just from GSM times 2, just based on what we were just talking about, Shania. GSM times 2 is wondering, how many postcards did HQ receive last year for International Postcard Day?
That is a great question that I actually do not have the exact number to. I know that we did receive postcards and we do look at them, we read them. Nick Chick, who started the campaign last year, I know that she felt really passionate about going through all of them, and that was her personal enjoyment as well. As well as we left some notes on World Postcard Day related events just to show our appreciation and acknowledge, like, hey, we see that you guys are really engaging with this and we love it.
Fantastic. That's so cool. Hey, Chris, I need you to do me a solid. I wasn't watching the show notes.
It's my question.
Okay. Let me know where we are.
I love that you're getting so, you love this topic so much that you're forgetting where we even are.
Right? This is awesome.
It can happen so easily. We've got the chat going on one side. We've got show notes on the other. And before you know it, we don't know where we are.
But we're having fun.
But, just to let you know, we've done over 630 shows. You would think we might be professional at this point, but we can still surprise you. So Shania, you've more than dipped your toes into the world of social media. Do you have any suggestions for geocachers and the geocaching community for ways to share their World Postcard Day experiences with each other using social media?
Yeah, for sure. So the best way that we can see all the ways that everybody is spending World Postcard Day, you can tag us. Our team is diligent with our social media. We check it often. To kind of see what everybody else is doing, you could definitely use the hashtag GeoWPD25, and that's a great way to see everything that's been posted.
Geo
I love it.
Geo for geocaching, World Postcard Day, WPD 2025.
Yep, correct.
Perfect. That makes sense.
And that way we can do it every year. If the community continues to love it, then we'll have probably 26, 27 in future years.
Very cool. Very cool. So based on our conversation so far, Shania, what's maybe, if there's one key message you'd like our listeners to take away regarding World Postcard Day and the spirit of geocaching? What is the key message from HQ here?
Definitely to have fun with it.
Okay.
And to save
Just like you're doing right now. Let's figure out
electricity and turn off the lights.
Yeah, I thought I turned the auto switch off so that it would just be on, but maybe they want to send some ghosts down here my way. We just encourage everybody to have fun, spend it. It's not supposed to be that serious of a criteria. We just really want people to have fun. Geocaching in itself is such a net positive activity. It really connects people. It's about community, and so we really just wanted to create something that people really love, that resonated with our community and gives others a chance to meet with each other or find a pen pal.
I love it. Now, Shania, I know you're going to get excited and raise your hands up, and when you do that, it'll trigger the timer for the lights in the background. But Caching in the Northwest is going to create some postcards, and we're going to give those away to whenever you meet us out at an event. So there you go. Get all excited. Woohoo! Reset your timer on your. You're good. Okay. Everyone who podcasts from HQ in the evenings has the same problem. The lights go out on them.
I was just thinking, like, if we knew people were our guests from HQ, if we knew they were going to join us from the office, maybe we should just add into our prep notes. Consider the light timers.
Now, wave.
You guys probably have the cue figured out too on the time, like about how often it'll happen. So you can almost like call it out before it happens.
Oh, too funny.
That's funny.
Too funny. I think we went through most of the postcard related questions. Oh, there's one more here from Wet Coaster. It says, just as a share for everybody else, that they'll have some postcards for people to sign and send via Post Crossing at Greenword's event coming up on September 28th. So it's GC Alpha Tango
November.
Thank you. 2 X-ray. I couldn't remember what N was. Thank you, Chris.
I know. I've done the same thing.
Usually I'm pretty good with that. But yeah, so there you go. But so that's great. Great to know that. And that's an event that's going to be up here in Surrey, British Columbia. Shania, are you planning to get out to any geocaching events for World Postcard Day?
Yeah, I'm hopefully will be attending as many as I can outside of HQ. We have already an onslaught of planned World Postcard Day related events down there. So I will try my best to get out there between lunch, between meeting. Also, if you're attending out there, lackeys, go to lunch, feel free to grab one and be like, hey, come sign my log sheet. I want you at the event. So I will be doing that. We have some other lackeys that are hosting their own events, like geocaches. She's really passionate about post-crossing as well. So I know she'll host an event that I'd like to attend. So it's a busy fall.
Yeah, it's going to be. I got another unscripted question for you, Shania. We talked earlier about, there was a great question from GSM Times too about postcards going to HQ, which I think is a great idea. If somebody wanted to send a postcard to your team at HQ, just to, say thanks for all the work you guys do to support the game, would you be able to, and if you don't have it right now, we can always post it later, but where would people find the address to send the postcards to?
That's a great question. It should just be, if you Google geocaching HQ, that would be the address to send that to.
Okay. And who should they address it to?
You can
Shania,
even, you can if you'd like. I would love it. I would love nothing more than to be the first one to get my hands on the mail. But even if you just say geocaching HQ, it will get into the right hands and then be redirected to the proper team. But yeah, if you'd like to address it to Shania, that I would love that.
There we go. Thank you very much. 837 North 34th Street, Suite 300, Seattle, Washington, zip code 98103. There we go.
Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, send all your postcards to Shania at that address.
And we also have, like in our blog, we made another downloadable template around geocaching. So if you aren't feeling necessarily directly creatively inspired, we have something that's ready to go. If you just want to leave a message on there, would love to see, and anything you'd have to say.
Fun. That's awesome.
I love it. I think you can also just put the coordinates of HQ and mail it off, and it will find its way.
I'm pretty sure that's how the U.S. Postal Service works.
Exactly.
Reasonable. Very good. Yeah, I think we've covered off all the questions. We went through them a little faster than I thought we might. So, but that's great. Shania, was there anything else you wanted to maybe reiterate or share with the listeners?
I think I've gotten through everything that I think I could share. But I just want everybody to know I'm really excited to see how the community spends the day, and we really, really hope that the community loves it too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Just in case you needed to know, Greenword's event for Postcard Day is also a community celebration event.
So if you're looking for another CCE, there you go. Come on up to Surrey.
And get your gnome.
Yeah. So that's in Surrey, British Columbia here, Fleetwood Park, 20th September from 10 till noon. There you go. Because I think Alondra was asking about that. So
exactly. When is the event?
Good stuff. All right. Well, Shania, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight from HQ, where the lights go off randomly. And
we like to be rather energy efficient here.
Yeah, you create your own energy for the lights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Awesome. Well, we're glad that it was a positive experience for you. You can,
for sure.
When Rock Chalk gets back, you can tell him it wasn't as bad as he tells everybody it is.
I'll put that on my list of things to do. It'll be a busy day tomorrow.
I bet. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate all the insights, and the behind the scenes was really, really interesting to understand how this came about and what the expectations from HQ are around the event. So I'm excited to figure out we're going to be probably on the road during that time period. So it's going to be interesting to see what we end up doing. So we'll be looking for events to meet some strangers. So
no better way than to spend it.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Shania, Seebeck Tribe has an interesting question. If a cacher has an idea for a promotion, where could they send the idea? I think this is right up your alley.
Yeah, this is a great question to have. I would, for any suggestions or ideas, I would just contact us at contact@geocaching.com. That gets to all of the community engagement members, and we are the ones to be working on these campaigns. And like I said, we really do listen to the community, and those are definitely things we take into consideration for the future.
Also, Seebeck Tribe, you could write that on a postcard and mail it to 837 North 34th Street, number 300, Seattle, Washington, 98103.
We are here. We're not going anywhere.
Yes, that's right. Care of Shania. Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that out there. And folks, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Don't forget to mark your calendars for World Postcard Day and make sure you earn that souvenir, and in the process, get a treasure. So, and remember our ongoing Glow Like a Pirate contest. We'll be announcing the winners in a few weeks, so make sure you get your piratey glow in. If you need a reminder of how to enter the contest, we've got all that on our socials. But boy, words are tough. Watch and listen carefully, right? Because I will combine words that make no sense whatsoever. And on the shows today, September 18th, and next week, the 25th, the hosts are going to sneak in a pirate phrase, something like "shiver me trackables."
Yeah, it's not really snuck in because we go into like full character when we say it. So if you miss it, you have been pulling a chat lackey and not paying attention.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't paying attention at the moment. So you don't know where the phrase is going to be or who's going to say it, but it's hidden in the show. Then you need to write a log. This is a real geocaching log on a geocache that you have found in 2025. Now you can go back and edit one of yours if you don't want to create a new log. All you need to do is include one or more of those secret pirate phrases in that log. And then you got to get that log to us so we know about it. Okay. That can be through, you could send it on a postcard. I don't have a mailing address for the podcast because nobody mails anything anymore.
Unless you don't want people showing up at your house.
That too. How about email, social media? We just need proof that it's a real log. And then, we are going to draw on August 2nd for the prize winners.
October 2nd.
Yes, that too. I think I said the wrong date there. October 2nd, 2025. The first prize, the grand prize, is a Talk Like a Pirate geocoin. And then there will be 3 Land Shark trackables. I mean, Land Shark. Doesn't that sound like it should belong to a pirate?
I think so. I think that needs to go in character. Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited to see some of those entries come in. So again, last week, we had one of those phrases in there as well. So if you need a little creativity and you missed it, just go back, re-listen to last week's episode. This week we snuck one in, and we're going to sneak one in again next week. As Chris said, either write a new log or edit an old log, and then make sure we get that cache log, and we'll read it as a glow. But we will also enter you into the contest for either that Talk Like a Pirate geocoin or another trackable.
That's right. And don't be afraid to send in your glows. If we get some that are incredibly well written, flowery, they tell a long story, and there are others like the one I remember that was short. My wife said it wasn't there.
I love that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can be simple like that. It can be a little funny. Send that in.
There you go. So that's the contest, folks. So if you missed any of that, well, scrub in the timeline backwards a little bit and re-listen. But we tried to make it fairly easy, but we also tried to make it fun and kind of on theme for the prize, and the fact that, as Brylang mentioned much earlier in the podcast, I believe tomorrow is Talk Like a Pirate Day.
R&D.
So there you go. All right. Well, I want to take a moment to not talk like a pirate, but to thank Land Sharks, Cashly, and Tourism Valemount, our corporate Denali level sponsors. LANDSHARKZ.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online. And remember, they're shipping those online orders daily. Cashly is the geocaching app for iOS, so go download it from the App Store on your iPhone, put it on your iPhone, start caching with it, and thank us later. And whether you're seeking outdoor thrills or just a peaceful retreat, Valemount awaits you, Chris.
Ooh, yeah, it no longer awaits you, Land Monkey.
No, I was there just like a month ago.
So now it's my turn.
So
I hear what you're saying.
Now it's your turn too. You got to get up the bill.
Sharing the love.
That's right. And then we want to see your logs. You send in your glows from your trip to Valemount.
There you go.
All right. Well, hey,
And-
folks, we want to thank all of our faithful Denali level supporters. Of course, that's Landsharks, Cashly, and Tourism Valemount. But it's also, and I saw active just recently in the chat, Cool Cow Cachers, and my goodness, joining us right from the top of the podcast, Hawaiian Miley. Usually she sneaks in at the tail end as she gets off shift. So good stuff. All right. Well, folks, if you want to know more about supporting this here show, click that Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website.
Like Trexer did.
And the Caching Cants.
And NW Cats.
Team Noltex.
The Terrible Tees.
Just Carlo.
Ackerdoc.
Keats 94.
GeoNav Pro.
BC Rockcrawler.
B Pendragon.
Flagman.
Skyhawker.
Railroad.
Just finding our way.
Jafau. Genies.
Gundark 2000.
Boomer 365.
We have a lot of explosive names, don't we?
We do.
How about Subway Mark?
Oh, that was almost creepy. Lost Ken.
Geocaches.
And JT Coffee.
Camp Clan.
Pete of Washington.
Alan.
Anteas.
Kitty Quest.
Sprouter.
Wet Coaster.
Alondro thinking
You.
about going to Surrey.
Oh, yeah. You, Dak.
Whidbey Island Gal.
You Talks to Rocks.
GSM ×2.
Thinking of changing his geocaching name to our favorite kitchen appliance, LG 9000.
Korsgat.
Logwork.
Green Words.
GeoCaren.
Terrible Lunch. Great Geocacher. Gas Station Tuna.
Very active in the chat. Seaback Tribe.
And somebody who apparently gets mistaken for me, Limax.
Oh, Mountain Bike.
Minerve.
Kid Vegas 19.
CRS 98, who, by the way, I owe you a response on a message about some earth caching data that you messaged me about to get my feedback on, and I have looked at it and then I got distracted. So CRS 98, I haven't forgotten. I will get back to you.
I saw him this weekend.
Ooh.
He looked so forlorn that you hadn't replied.
Now I feel even worse, Chris.
He was sulking. It was
bet.
terrible. I told him you're going to call him now and talk to him in person.
Oh, will I?
Yes, I told him that.
Do you lie to everyone?
Yes,
Hey,
but not Dora
as long
Moore.
as it makes them feel better, then that's fine. Where were we?
I don't lie to Dora Moore.
That's probably wise.
Mhm.
And last but certainly not least, J-Car.
Oh, we had a lot of fun at the event this weekend.
Good.
So, Shania, if people wanted to reach out and ask you something directly, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way is definitely going to be also through the contact@geocaching.com. The lines are saying don't contact at all. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, through that same link is the best way to get and reach really with any community members, and then you could attach my name to that message, and somebody will redirect it to me.
And if you don't reach out, her lights will turn out.
Right?
That's all we're
True.
saying. No pressure.
You know,
You snooze, you lose.
yeah, indeed. It occurs to me now that maybe, I know Signal the Frog is the mascot for HQ, obviously. But maybe acting more like Kermit the Frog would help with these late night podcasts.
Definitely.
Oh, too funny.
Signal doesn't say much, so it's a snooze fest there.
Right? Exactly.
But he has active and alive looking eyes now, so he can communicate that way.
That was that was last week, wasn't it?
That was last week, yes. Talking about
the mascot.
Dead-eyed Signal.
Signal. Now there's a pirate name.
Oh, I be Dead-Eye Signal. Oh, folks, thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support keeps the quality shows coming. So if you like the show, please click the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website. Better yet, share your ideas for things we can talk about. Look at this show happened. But if you like the vibe, please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a review. If you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you would clap. But since you're on a podcast, leave us a free, fast, fabulous, fantastic 5-star review. And of course, you can call into 253-693-TFTC and leave a comment or ask a question or tell us just exactly how much you love bacon any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingandw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific for a live show. And as we've proved again tonight, even livelier chat. The show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, Jay Kennedy, and Brian Lang. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Copyright 2025 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The after show.
There he is.
It's like
There's
he's
Jim.
here.
It's almost like he's here, indeed. Shania, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. That was a real fun conversation. Hopefully you're not like locked in. Hopefully the cleaners at least have a key or something. Out tonight.
No, I've got the keys. We're all good there.
Ah,
Okay.
good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, I saw a fun one come in right at the tail end here, Chris, for you. This is clearly directed at you. And Brylang says, I don't know, is surprising Doramore with puppets lying or not?
No, not lying. A surprise can be fun and exciting.
Yeah,
New.
it was
right?
omission. Yeah. He's
Bryling also reminds us that tomorrow is Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Indeed. Hawaiian Miley misses bacon.
Don't we all miss bacon?
Oh. Did we have any fatasses that we should try and get to?
Keats says pirates still have to figure out what the standard operating procedure is for drunken sailors.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? I love it. That's very
You give
clever.
them bacon.
You
Oh,
give them bacon. Yeah, sober up with this bacon.
we got a lot of milestones this weekend.
Yes. And I think it is in part, a lot of people were targeting the block party in Oregon, the Shampooey event.
Oh, very well said.
Thank you. That was with a Canadian accent.
Mm.
But yeah, so congrats to Seebeck Tribe, who reached 8,000, I'm assuming, finds in geocaching.
Yes,
This has
she
reached 8,000, I don't know, kilometers.
She's been traveling a lot, so yes,
Yeah.
it's possible as well. But no, 8,000 finds.
Congratulations.
Heather found so many adventure labs she had to stop before she hit 7,000. I'd like to find Washington's oldest for that milestone.
That would make a good milestone for sure.
Mhm.
That's the cache that shall not be named, isn't it? Or is that a different one? Is that the oldest?
I think Iron Horse might be
Okay.
the oldest. I can't recall.
All right. Well,
I hit 6,000 this weekend and, went right past it on all those little adventure labs. And
I saw, so maybe for folks who don't know what's going on here. So Brylang shared that he was down at the event as well. And he shared a post in a private chat group I'm a member of what we're talking about here. And on an I-5 pullout, the oldest is GCD. There you go.
oh, you said it.
We're done. There's on a rest stop on I-5 in Oregon. There is a geo art of the state of Oregon with a big OR in the middle, which I joked and meant like, or what?
Or what?
But those are all adventure labs. And so it's like I don't know,
75 of them.
so what does that make? 250 fines if you log all of the multiple choice ALs there. So yeah, you could definitely bump your score up a fair bit.
So yeah, that was a thing. Let's see. Here we go. Now, the 6,000 of mine, 7,000, 8,000, that's all child's play when we're dealing with the cool cow cachers. We reached a nice little milestone at Shampooey Block Party this weekend, 20,000 finds. And only 7 years till our next milestone.
Yeah. It's a big gap from 20,000 to 30,000. I'll tell you that for sure. But congratulations to the cool cow cachers. That is a significant milestone for sure. But you know what? I think, as we always say, Chris, every milestone is significant because
That's right.
it's an individual game, and that's
I'm coming up on 6,010 finds. I've never found that many before.
there you go.
That's a milestone right there.
Alondro blew way past 7,000 finds this weekend and is onwards to 8,000. Congratulations. Hawaiian Miley, as soon as she logs her caches, yeah, fair point. The Geo Oregon event is lined up to be number 2,000. Congratulations. There you
Wow.
go.
Lots and lots.
Shania, do you know of any of the folks, any of the lackeys who maybe got a milestone this past weekend?
Oh, not that I'm aware of, but I know that they're also always working pretty hard at it. But
Yeah.
I'm always blown away specifically at how geocachers, how many finds they have, how many events they attend. It's really cool to watch.
Well, okay, you work with Rock Chalk, and he's abnormal. Okay, we just
No
push him
question.
aside. He doesn't really count. Everybody else is pretty normal that works there, as far as the addiction to geocaching.
I don't know. I would say we're all a little quirky. Otherwise, we wouldn't be at HQ. There's a little something to everyone here.
I love it.
I love it. Yep. Keats says, seriously considering a trip to Ireland to find cache 20,000. Europe's first geocache is on my radar. I have no idea when I'll be close to 20,000, but noting my average, it'll be next year.
There you go.
Amazing.
Wow. Time to plan. That's awesome. Congrats, Keith.
Huge trip. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, what's up?
Let's see, we've done some of these. Heather says it was great to see some newer Washington friends along with older Oregon friends at the Block Party event in Champouille.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's
she called me old.
Well, appropriately so.
Yeah. Well, I'm not arguing the fact. Yeah.
Too fun. Yeah, so I think there's going to be a lot of hey, there's a new one down here from Seebeck Tribe. October 18th in Bremerton, another Bounce and Goblin Dust event. So if you want to get out there and have a real fun time, those are always fantastic events to enjoy.
Yep, that's going to be a Halloween themed event.
Makes sense. Yeah. Very cool. All right.
Past 33,000 while doing Adventure Labs in Oregon. He must have done all the Adventure Labs in Oregon.
That's a lot.
And to which he again says, yes, I am old. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Are you feeling the love tonight, Chris?
Nope, not really.
Okay.
Okay.
So like every night. Okay. Very fun. All right. Well, I think we got through all the FTASs. Yeah, it's been a fun night. Again, Shania, thank you so much for staying late and joining us for this. It's been great to meet you. I don't think we've met before, so.
No, I'm pretty new since the beginning of the year, but trying to catch up with all the other lackeys that have been here for quite some time. But yeah, I mean, it's not hard work when it's fun. So I don't mind staying later for this. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Now, the secret is go lock their accounts, especially Rock Chalk's, and then you can log all your finds, and soon you'll catch up, and he won't even notice.
I think you'll notice. But...
Oh, okay. You might notice. Okay.
Stealth mode.
There you go. Exactly. Too fun.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.